Hey guys, in this video we're going to be continuing our looks at the Dragon Ball Super Dragon Stars series. This is Series 2, Super Saiyan Vegeta. For Shenron, he comes with piece 4, which is essentially another piece to the tail. This is basically where we've left off with piece 5, 6, and 7 of the figures that we've already had a look at. So we can go ahead and take the part that came with Vegeta, and we'll just kind of line up everything. Easiest to line it up by the scales at the top of the tail here. And we'll just apply a little bit of pressure. There we go. And this is what we've got so far for Shenron. So once again, we've got part 4, 5, 6, and 7. And of course, with Super Saiyan Goku, we had the head of Shenron. So we're coming along quite nicely, finishing off Dragon Shenron. Put that to the side. What also comes included with Vegeta? Well, Super Saiyan Vegeta also comes with a pair of hands. Defaulted to the current sockets are a pair of closed fists. That's what he comes with currently. But it's a very easy step to just replace those outright. Let's go ahead and just pop those off. Unless you like closed fists. Some people do. I kind of like, for displaying figures, get a little bit more dynamic. So I like those open hands quite a bit. And it seems like it is possibly, I'm going to hold my thought for the moment as I'm getting this in place. The joint is kind of just moving around a bit on me. Let's grab the hand here. Little bit of a, there we go. And let's do the same on the other side here. It seems, now I'll basically continue with what I was about to say. It seems as if these are possibly the same hands as what we got with Goku and Super Saiyan Goku. We'll establish whether that is correct in a second as I just get this onto the peg. There we go. And these are, and like the other hands, the peg point, the peg hole is actually at the top of the hand rather than the side. So you don't really, well, in this case, actually, you do get a chance to angle the hands outward. So maybe they are a different hand. I'm going to look at that in a second. Well, we do some comparisons, actually. So there's Super Saiyan Vegeta. That's the figure we're currently looking at. We'll bring in Super Saiyan Goku. And let's also bring in Frieza, a little bit smaller of a figure. And the first figure that we had to look at was Goku. And these are the 4 figures that we've looked at thus far. Still got to have a look at Beerus and regular Vegeta, which was figure 2 and figure 3. And then that will give us our total 6 figures and a completed Shenron. But what I was looking at, though, or what I was thinking about, was whether those were the same hands or not. And let's do a little bit of investigation, shall we? Let's have a look at the 2 hands. Yes, it does look like they are the same hands. Of course, gloved here on Super Saiyan Vegeta, and regular flesh tone here on Super Saiyan Goku. Which is perfectly fine for me. I don't mind a reuse of hands. Especially if it gets you the option of being able to do some really cool poses out of Vegeta that simply closed fists just simply couldn't accomplish. Let's have a look at his face. Bring the camera in. Not only do you get a fantastic face sculpt, some nice panel lining there on the under areas of his eye, you've got some lining there around the areas of his eyebrow, but also unlike Super Saiyan Goku, because of the sculpt of the way his hair is, you get a better chance to see how beautiful these face sculpts are. One thing I do like, though, is that the lines that they used in between the bridge of the nose, on the either side of the under area of his eye, and then on the sides of his eye, I like that those aren't black. I think if they were black, it would be too intrusive on the figure itself. Instead, they went with almost a lighter, well, by comparison to the flesh tone, it's a darker coloring of flesh, but it almost seems like it's a lighter brown. But I think that works quite well. Of course, what also works quite well is the sculpt on the hair, and beautifully painted here in like a metallic gold. A metallic gold also carries over into the eyebrow area, and a piercing pair of ice blue eyes, making up Vegeta. As for the rest of the figure's color scheme, it's pretty much all on point to those same 3 colors, now incorporating a white, but you got your blue, your white, and that gold color. This is also one thing that this figure brings to the table that, well, Frieza brought, but Goku and Super Saiyan Goku did not have, and that's some additional airbrushing here of some darker blues into the little areas around the musculature. And I think actually here it works. I don't know if it would have worked on Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, but it works especially well here on Super Saiyan Vegeta. The whites are nice and clean, no real issues with paint whatsoever. Even the boots are very nicely done. A little accent, a little tip portion there of the gold as well. It's not quite the same gold as his hair. Like the cartoon, it's a little bit darker in color. And some texture there, detailing on the torso vest kind of part that he wears on his outfit. Especially again, I want to bring this back. I do like the airbrushing here. I don't think it would have worked, and I'm going to bring him in once again. I don't think it would have worked as well on Goku. I'm really still happy that they went with just keeping the shading very minimal here on Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, because I don't really think it warranted having some shading done to it. Vegeta, on the other hand, I think looks very impressive by incorporating some of that airbrushing, and I think it works well on this figure. Doesn't necessarily work well on this figure, and I'm glad that they didn't put that on there. Poseability on this guy, let's go through that together. His head rotates via the ball joint that's attaching his head to the neck socket. His arms hinge outward all the way around. And he doesn't seem to have the drop or the hinge on the shoulder like Frieza had. It seems like Frieza so far is the only figure that seems to have that. So the arms just rotate all the way around. Of course, you got that universal joint, so the arms hinge outward. Get a rotation going in the bicep, a double hinge going in the elbow, and you got a rotation and hinge in the hand. Upper torso is on a very nice ball joint, and like the other figures, you can bring the legs down. They just drop down out of their sockets. They're still pegged in there, but they drop further down from the socket areas of basically where the thigh attaches itself to the lower waist. That gives you a little bit extra range of motion that you can rotate the figure left and right. He does have a swivel now at the top portion of his thigh. Double hinge on the knee. Nothing, it seems, in the boots. And he's got the ankle pivot, a forward and back motion. And once again, sadly, no peg holes on the undersides of his feet. Kind of wish he could have had it, but none of the other figures have it either. But that's the only thing I would say could have been improved on these figures. Otherwise, though, these figures are fantastic. By incorporating a little bit of that airbrushing that Frieza had, as well as Super Saiyan Vegeta had here, definitely really makes the figure pop. And I'm glad still that they didn't incorporate that to Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, as I feel like those figures really didn't need it. Vegeta, though, the colors are vibrant. The colors are very clean. One of the very common things I've noticed with all this figure line so far is a very clean paint application. I have noticed really very little in the way of QC issues when it comes to the paint application, and overall the figures are stunning. I really like the superposability that they provide as well, and of course the icing on the cake as well is that you get to build yourself a Shenron, which I guess we're only now 2 figures away from completing a Shenron, so looking forward to doing that. As a whole, great looking figures. These should now be in store shelves, so of course Dragon Ball fans alike should probably be running. Don't run, you might trip. Maybe walk fast. Walk fast to your local toy stores, retail stores, and alike, and you'll probably be able to grab these for yourself. Series 1 and Series 2, as we've already mentioned in the previous videos, Series 1 and Series 2 collectively will give you 6 figures. 6 figures will give you Shenron, all the more incentive that you want to pick up all 6 figures. Today, once again, we were looking at the Dragon Ball Super. This was the Dragon Stars series. This was Series 2, Super Saiyan Vegeta. If you guys like this video and certainly want to see more videos like this, hit this video with a like. If you are new to this channel, don't be shy, come on in. Hit that little subscribe button down below. It will guarantee you won't miss a beat, sir or madam, from future videos coming onto this channel. You'll never miss a beat. And as always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.